What's up, y'all? We are seeing the next stage of warfare, but nobody is paying attention to what's really being targeted next. Data centers. Traditionally, war targets were simple: military bases, nuclear facilities, and weapon systems. But now, we know oil and land is a valuable asset, but also data is becoming a valuable asset, especially when it comes to war. For tech companies and governments, data is digital gold because data is everything. Think about it like this: data centers equal the brain, AI systems equal the intelligence, and cloud equals the nervous system. If you take out the data center, you don't just damage infrastructure, you shut down intelligence. Why data centers are targets? Here's what most people don't realize. Some of these data centers cost tens of billions of dollars to be built. They power AI models, military intelligence, drone targeting systems, and cyber operations. So if a country wants to hurt another country without mass casualties, they target the brain, the Iran strategy. When you hear Iran hit an Amazon AWS data center, most people ask why AWS? But the real question is, what runs on AWS? The AI war stack. Let's break it down simple. Anthropic runs heavily on AWS. Palantir runs across AWS, Azure, and Google. AWS is a major backbone for AI systems. Palantir, the battlefield brain. Palantir isn't just a tech company, it's becoming the brain of modern warfare. Their system Maven is used by the US military to analyze drone footage, process satellite data, identify targets, and support strike decisions. Think of Palantir as the battlefield brain in a targeting system. Palantir was used in thousands of strikes against Iran. And then you have Anthropic. Its AI models like Claude have been embedded into systems, used for simulation, and helping prioritize targets. In simple terms, AI is helping decide what gets hit. Anthropic was even used in early Iran strikes despite a government ban. Anthropic and Palantir was also used in the capture of Venezuela leader earlier this year. So now connecting everything. AI systems run on cloud lives in a data center, and data centers power military intelligence. So what happens if you destroy the data center? You disrupt the entire system. Why Iran targets AWS? So when Iran hits AWS data center, it's not random, it's strategic. They're not just attacking servers, they're attacking the brain behind the system targeting them. What comes next? This is where it gets even bigger. Companies like Anduril, Raytheon, and Lockheed Martin will likely start building physical defense systems, AI protection layers, and cyber plus missile shields for one thing: protecting data centers. This is the new battlefield. Not just land, not just air, digital infrastructure. The countries that control data, AI, and compute will control the future of war. War is changing fast. It's not about who countries attack anymore, it's how they attack. And what we're seeing right now is the beginning of a whole new type of war. Not only are we seeing new ways other countries can affect other countries by attacking data centers, we are also seeing new ways that they attack. Before, wars looked like this: tanks, fighter jets, and missiles. But now we're entering the era of drone warfare. Russia versus Ukraine, the first drone war. We've already seen this play out in real time. The Russia versus Ukraine war. This is the first full-scale drone war in history. Both sides are using drones non-stop for surveillance, targeting, and direct attacks. Drones are everywhere. Iran and the drone strategy. Now we're seeing the same thing with Iran. They are using one type of weapon, and that's changing everything. Iran main drone, the Shahed 136. This is the one you keep hearing about. The type is a kamikaze style drone. It flies into targets and explodes. The range is up to 2,500 kilometers, and it costs 20 to 50,000 each. And here's the scary part: they launch hundreds at a time. Think of it like a cheap cruise missile with a propeller. These are hitting military bases, infrastructure, even cities, and they overwhelm defenses. The second one is the Shahed 131, a smaller version. Same idea, just smaller. Shorter range, but with the same one-way explosive design. Often launched together with the Shahed 136. Now, what the US is using. The US main drone is the MQ-9 Reaper. This is the backbone of the US drone warfare. It flies 24 plus hours, carries missiles, is used for surveillance, targeting, and precision strikes. Think of it like a fighter jet without a pilot. But now we have a new game changer, the Lucas. This is very important. This is the US now shifting its strategy. They're building their version of the Iran drone, low cost, kamikaze style, built for mass attacks. The US is now copying the cheap swarm model. The real problem. Now here's where it gets crazy. The cost of war. Iran drones cost between 20 to 50,000. The US Patriot missile costs 3 to 4 million. The THAAD interceptors cost 13 million. So let that sink in. You're shooting a $4 million missile to stop a $30,000 drone. Why this matters. Iran drones are low, slow, and cheap, which make them harder to detect and easy to mass produce. Meanwhile, every time the US defends itself, it burns millions. Here's what we use to stop them. Patriot missiles, they defend cities and bases. This is what's used to shoot down drones. Then we have the THAAD interceptors that stop ballistic missiles. Both are powerful, but both are very expensive. This is no longer just a weapons war, it's an economic war. Who can spend less, produce more, and sustain longer wins? The big shift. That's why the US is changing its strategy from a high-cost precision weapon to a low-cost drone swarm. This is the future of war. Cheap drones, mass attacks, expensive defenses. And that imbalance changes everything. If you like this breakdown, like, comment, and subscribe, and y'all have a good one. Peace out.